Our experiences with COVID have universally been a drain on our health and wellness. But there are some positives to take with us from these experiences. So many people have become acutely aware of health and wellness in ways they never were before. From personal hygiene to food choices to supplements and exercise, the awareness that health is important to fight off disease has led to healthier daily practices. To speak to this, I am excited to have Dr. Eileen, also known as Dr. O, the founder and president of Pediatric Associates of Jacksonville. Dr. O, it's such a great pleasure to have you here with us on the show today. Please tell us about yourself.
Thank you so much for having me, Dr. Jean. And I'm a board certified pediatrician with fellowship training in integrative medicine and functional medicine and special interest in botanical medicine and environmental medicine.
Can you explain what integrative medicine is?
Integrative medicine is a good combination of Eastern and Western medicine by recognition of conventional medicine as our grounding, walking stick, but we have other tools in our toolbox to pull from functional medicine, botanical medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, Chinese medicine, homeopathy, and environmental medicine goes on and on. But very importantly, we should not forget genetics and people's environment and mindfulness and spirituality. It combines all these tools in our toolbox and we can use it in our part of conventional medicine.
So walk me through the process of how you treat, say, a 10-year-old coming to you for care with an integrative medicine approach versus a traditional approach. What would be the difference?
So when the patient come in the office, we don't just pick and choose which direction they need to go. We approach patient with a highly personalized way. So we still, and as a board certified pediatrician, we still practice conventional traditional medicine, but we have other tools in our toolbox that we can pull. A patient came in with a chronic disease, and if mom thinks that she's doing everything under the sun, possibly make her family healthy, but she come across hypervigilant and nothing is really answering all the problems that family going through, then we just have very other tools in our toolbox to do the functional medicine workup and look at the patient's genetics and look at their environment to see what kind of trauma, toxins, and thoughts this patient is being exposed to, so we can actually put them back on the right track. And
It
then
sounds
just
like
give
the
them
approach
quality
that
of life.
It sounds like the approach that physicians should have all the time. I think that so many people today, because of our experience with COVID, have a much greater appreciation of the need for a healthy immune system. So from your standpoint, let's talk about this.
That is so true. And environment is one thing, but the individual, like what is our composition, the person's homeostasis, like what makes you healthy is another thing. And then in the same environment, there are 100 people, maybe all of them exposed to COVID, only maybe a certain percentage come down with the symptoms. So today I had a grandmother reported exposed to COVID twice, tested positive, no clinical symptoms for weeks. So it's kind of a nature-nurture balance. And then what is the patient's immune system? That's the focus actually when we are approaching prevention and then being healthy and staying healthy with COVID. Of course, diet, lifestyle, and 8+ hours sleep and exercise and well-balanced nutrition, it's great. But 10 years ago, when I first started practicing integrative functional medicine, I was doing a lot of workup, giving a lot of supplements. But if the patient doesn't manage their stress level and an environment is a lot of stress and we're not supporting their mindfulness, and it really doesn't make a big difference. So it's very important to approach person individually, understand what individual they need to bring them back to high quality of life.
And now with schools reopening in one form or another, they're notorious for being breeding grounds for every bacterial and viral infection that exists. So how do we keep our children healthy in this environment? I guess it's the same things that you're talking about, proper nutrition and exercise, but what would you add to that? How can they be healthiest that they could possibly be?
That is my favorite question, Dr. Jane. And it's important to teach families not to approach these current normal, I'm not going to say new anymore, with the fear. Approach the whole equation with love and teach kids how to be mindful in their daily choices, not too much sugar, sleep 8 hours, exercise, minimum 20 hours. Sweating exercise for children is essential every day. And also giving them 3 meals and 2 snacks balanced. And then also teaching them how to really de-stress, because now they're cooped up at home and they're trying to do everything online. Their EMF and screen time exposure is outrageous. It's important for them to get their feet, barefoot, go out, play in the yard, and go in the ocean, swim. It's important for them to be grounding.
You're speaking of the basics, and it seems like everybody's, I know that, but these are what's most important. I guess it must be the most frustrating thing for you when you have the answers right in your fingertips that are the easiest answers for you to give, but the hardest for people to take.
Dr. Jean, we live in 2020, and I was that parent years ago. I was thinking I'm doing everything right, why I can improve my kids' health better than they were. And unfortunately, currently we're dealing with a lot of environmental exposures and a lot of stress and high-paced lifestyle. And I think just bringing everyone to the normal, well-being. It's important that, we just have to just revisit the village. It takes a village to raise a family.
Well, it's been such a pleasure. It really is a pleasure speaking with you today. This is such an important topic, and I know that our viewers will want to hear more about you and about what you have to say. How can they reach you?
They can reach us through our website, obtainhealth.com or drozdemir.com. And our number is 904-287-7000.
Well, thank you so much. This is great. Keep up the good work.
Thank you so much for having me.